They say your best friend is the one person who knows everything about you. Your passwords, your secrets, your social security number, your mother's maiden name. The person you trust more than anyone on earth. Now imagine that same person used every single one of those things to destroy your financial life. Not a stranger, not a hacker, not some faceless criminal on the dark web. Your best friend, the person who stood at your side for 15 years, the person who was supposed to be your best man at your wedding. This is the story of how my best friend tried to steal my entire life, and how I made sure he lost his instead. Let me tell you about Kyle. Kyle and I had been best friends since 7th grade. We grew up 3 houses apart, played on the same basketball team, got our first jobs together at the same grocery store, through high school, college, first apartments. Kyle was always there. He was the first person I called when I got my dream job at 27. He was sitting next to me in the hospital when my dad had his surgery. We were the kind of friends people make movies about. By the time we were 30, we were still talking every single day. He knew my passwords, my PIN numbers, where I kept my spare key. I knew his too. That's what 15 years of friendship looks like. Or at least, that's what I thought it looked like. What I didn't know was that Kyle had been struggling financially for almost 2 years. He never told me, not once. And instead of asking his best friend for help, he found a different solution. It started with a letter, a credit card statement from a bank I had never opened an account with. Balance owed $4,200. I stared at it thinking it was a mistake. Wrong address, wrong person. I called the bank. They confirmed the account was in my name. Opened 8 months ago. Social security number matched. Mother's maiden name matched. Date of birth matched. Everything matched. I felt the floor shift under me. I immediately checked my credit report. 3 credit cards I never opened. 1 personal loan I never applied for. Total damage just over $23,000. I sat at my kitchen table, completely still for a long time. Someone had stolen my identity, but who the accounts were opened locally. The bank verified in-person verification was required for 2 of them. That meant whoever did this had not just my information, they had my physical ID. Or a very convincing copy of it. I thought back to every person who had access to my personal information. And one name kept rising to the top. I didn't want it to be true. I pushed it aside 3 times. But it kept coming back. Kyle. I didn't accuse Kyle immediately. I needed to be sure. Because if I was wrong, I would destroy a 15-year friendship over nothing. So I started quietly investigating. First I checked the dates the accounts were opened. Account 1 opened March 14th. I scrolled back through my phone calendar. March 14th, Kyle had come over to help me move furniture. He was alone in my bedroom for about 20 minutes. While I was dealing with delivery guys downstairs. My filing cabinet was in my bedroom, where I kept my passport and social security card. My stomach turned. Account 2 opened April 2nd. April 2nd I had lent Kyle my car for a weekend. He returned it Sunday night. I never thought anything of it. But my registration and insurance documents were in the glove compartment. With my full name, address, date of birth. Account 3 opened June 18th. June 18th was my birthday. Kyle had organized my birthday dinner. He arrived at my place first to help set up. Again alone in my apartment for 30 minutes. While I finished getting ready. 3 accounts. 3 dates. 3 times Kyle had been alone. With access to my personal information. The probability of coincidence was basically 0. I called my cousin Dana, who worked in banking compliance. I told her everything without naming Kyle. She listened carefully and said, "This was someone who knew you personally. The pattern is too specific, too targeted, too knowledgeable. This wasn't random identity theft. This was someone in your inner circle." I hung up the phone, sat in my car in the parking lot, and cried for about 10 minutes. Because I already knew. I had known for days. I just didn't want it to be true. After those 10 minutes I made a decision. I was done being sad. It was time to be smart. I called Dana back. I told her Kyle's name. She connected me with a fraud investigator at her bank named Paul. Paul was calm and methodical. He told me not to contact Kyle yet. Not to hint at anything. Not to change my behavior around him at all. Let him think everything is normal. Paul said. We need him comfortable. Comfortable people make mistakes. So that's exactly what I did. For the next 3 weeks, I acted completely normal with Kyle. We texted every day like always. Watched the game together on Sunday. I even had dinner at his place one night. Sitting across from him. Knowing what he had done, that was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life. But I held it together. Because Paul was building a case. Bank surveillance footage from 2 locations showed a man matching Kyle's description. Opening accounts in my name. A handwriting analyst confirmed. The signatures on the loan documents were consistent with Kyle's handwriting style. Not mine. And then, the final nail. Paul called me on a Thursday morning. We found a prepaid debit card linked to one of the fraudulent accounts. It was used 3 days ago at a gas station 2 miles from Kyle's apartment. We have him on camera. It was over. Kyle had no idea what was coming. We decided to do this properly. Not a screaming match at his front door. Not an angry phone call. Paul coordinated with local law enforcement. A detective named Officer Walsh agreed to be present. On a Saturday morning, I knocked on Kyle's door. He opened it smiling. Hey man. What's up? I was just about to call you. He stopped when he saw Officer Walsh standing behind me. And Paul beside him. The smile disappeared. And in that moment, in the half second before he composed himself, I saw it. Guilt. Pure unmistakable guilt. We came inside. Officer Walsh laid out the evidence. Piece by piece. The dates. The surveillance footage. The handwriting analysis. The prepaid card. The gas station camera. Kyle said nothing for a long time. Then he looked at me and said, I was going to pay it all back. I just needed time. I was going to tell you. I held up my hand. Don't. That was all I said. Just don't. Because there was nothing he could say that would make any of this okay. Kyle was arrested that morning. Charged with identity theft, fraud and obtaining credit by deception. As they walked him out, he looked back at me one more time. I didn't look away. I just stood there and watched. Until the door closed. The legal process took 4 months. Kyle hired a lawyer. Tried to negotiate. Claimed financial hardship. Even tried to say I had given him permission. That last one made my attorney laugh out loud. In the end, Kyle pleaded guilty to 2 counts of identity theft and 1 count of bank fraud. He was sentenced to 18 months probation, 480 hours community service, full restitution of every single dollar, $23,400, and a permanent fraud conviction on his record. That conviction meant he lost his job at the financial firm he worked at. He was barred from working in finance permanently. His credit was destroyed for 7 years. His apartment lease was terminated. Everything I had been afraid would happen to my financial life because of what he did happened to his instead. As for me, the fraudulent accounts were cleared from my credit report within 90 days. My credit score fully recovered in 8 months. I changed every password, every PIN, every security question. I bought a fireproof safe for my documents. And I got a new best friend. Actually, I got a dog. Best decision I ever made. She has never once stolen my identity. I want to leave you with something real today. Because this story isn't just about betrayal. It's about awareness. Number 1. Never share personal documents with anyone carelessly. Even people you trust completely. A filing cabinet with a lock costs $30. Number 2. Check your credit report every 3 months. Not once a year. Every 3 months. Annualcreditreport.com is completely free. Early detection is everything. Number 3. If something on your credit report looks wrong, act immediately. Every day you wait gives the thief more time to cause more damage. Number 4. Financial desperation makes people do things you would never believe they are capable of. This wasn't the Kyle I grew up with, but it was the Kyle he became when he was too proud to ask for help. And number 5, if someone had done this to you, how long would it take you to notice? Check your credit report tonight. Seriously. Right after this video. If this story hit you differently than you expected, drop a comment below. Would you have pressed charges against your best friend, or would you have handled it differently? I want to know. Hit subscribe for a brand new shocking story every single week on Hallway Stories. I'll see you in the next one.